What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be casting game number 2 between the Casual Ketos on the Radiant, and Team Shamu Gaming on the Dire. I may have some mouse problems. As you can see, my mouse isn't existing right now, so I may or may not be able to complete this to its fullest.
10 seconds remaining.
But we shall try our best, I guess. Last game did go to KK after having an Alchemist go with, I believe it was 761 EXP per minute and 1,000 gold per minute. It was not pretty to watch, but it looks like we're going to be seeing something a little bit different this game. So far, none of the heroes last game that were picked are going to be picked in this particular game. Batrider, Chen, Enchantress, as well as Naga Siren coming out as bans from these two teams. So both Chen and Enchantress being banned out this time. Enchantress was last game a ban out from KK. They're going to have a Chen banned out from them as well this time. So last time they banned out the Enchantress with the intention of picking up Chen. Guess that was their intention this game, but that's certainly not going to happen. They're instead going to go for the Lifestealer after having banned out the Naga Siren. A very smart move to get rid of that kind of natural counter to the hero. Can't ensnare when he's raged if you're not in the game, right? So it's going to be their hard carry pickup, most likely going to be the Lifestealer. Lifestealer doesn't really ramp as much as Alchemist does. Then again, no hero ramps up as much as Alchemist does. But they can serve very similar roles. Just go around early mid-game ganking with the open wounds. Usually you stick around in the lane, and I mean Alchemist stuck in the lane last game as well. But yeah, late game is going to be about the right clicks and the bashing, and Lifestealer is going to be very scary. But looks like, wow, Shamu is going to go deep and actually trying to counter this Lifestealer. Between the Razor and the Weaver, Lifestealer is not going to have a fun time, assuming they're all at equal amounts of farm or similar amounts of farm. Because Weaver, of course, runs circles around the Lifestealer, both figuratively and literally with the Shikuchi. It could be very difficult for the Lifestealer to actually get his claws into that bug, and if he does, then it's just going to be a time lapse away into another Shikuchi, away to freedom. On the other pick, it's going to be Razor, which means that if Lifestealer decides to open wounds him, then he's going to get zapped by his unstable current, which is annoying in itself. But then the damage starts to get stolen, and then Lifestealer, even though he's magic immune, is going to be able to do nothing about it, which sucks again. That is like double layer of suckage. I really wish I had my mouse right now. I don't know what's happening. Oh, there I am. Okay. There we go. Okay, we found the skills. We're going to go up to Razor, and we're going to go to Static Link. There we go. This bad boy is pretty much what makes Razor viable. Being able to drain damage from anyone makes his mid lane just so devastating. You could try to last hit. You could try, but you probably will not succeed. And later on, if he gets a couple seconds away from the Lifestealer, he could hug the Lifestealer with his ultimate on. The Lifestealer will be able to hit him for feast damage, which is going to be like 30 or something like that. But having no base damage is going to be a little bit problematic for him. So that's most likely going to shore up the mid lane as well as the off lane from Shamu, although Weaver has been seen a little bit more as the safe carry farmer, whereas the Rubik Lifestealer being the picks from the other end. So the Radiant team, KK, going to be looking for a mid lane hero to go up against Razor. Most likely it's going to be something standard, like the Queen of Pain Puck type of thing. Even TA would do not that bad, although having low range in the TA makes it a little bit difficult. But so far they're banning out purely the support heroes that go best with the Weaver, just heroes that could allow the Weaver to run circles around their opponent, as I said before. Vengeful Spirit and CM, both heroes with targeted disables. And once you have that, especially if you have them together, it's going to be a lot of disable that the Weaver is going to have a lot of free time. Just do whatever he wants to do.
5 seconds remaining.
With 2 more picks though, the Shamu side can pick a hero that will allow the Weaver to get in there. What am I saying? I'm saying something completely wrong. I apologize. The Shamu side banning out the Storm Spirit as well as the Puck, making sure that the Lifestealer has a difficult time in actually jumping into those fights with a Lifestealer bomb. Of course, Queen of Pain is still in the pool, and Queen of Pain Blink versus Puck Blink, the distinction is small, between the two, especially when lifestealer bombs are concerned. So I don't really know if that's going to be the pickup from KK, although it is a pretty high possibility, I want to say. Going for that hero, slapper in the mid lane, then later on you have a lifestealer bomb ready and waiting. Definitely Storm Spirit is the best one, but how we could even see a Nature's Prophet from KK, that would be devastating. You could see Spirit Breaker, why not? We'll go with Spirit Breaker. I want to see a Space Cow, guys. I want to see a Space Cow. I really wish they could hear me right now, just because I can make requests. That would be a little bit obnoxious, though. And this stream is on a something second, like 200, 300 second delay. So, yeah. That's unfortunately never going to happen. Shamu taking their time on their third pick. They need to shore up some support heroes. It's going to be a Shadow Demon. That is a little bit interesting. They don't really have any setup heroes just yet, although I think they're probably going to be looking for something along the lines of Shadow Demon and then someone who relies on that place setup, like Lina, Leshrac, Sand King, those types of heroes. And then maybe they're going to be going for some aggressive early game roaming. Shadow Demon has kind of fallen off as of late. Usually the Naga Siren, Rubik, jungling heroes are a little bit more preferable. Just because Shadow Demon usually doesn't get many levels, and of course since he doesn't get many levels, he doesn't do much by himself, and generally wants support heroes who could function decently by themselves. Shadow Demon definitely is not that hero, but we'll see. We'll see. It could work out for them depending on what their other support pick is going to be. I'm going to call it right now and say Lina. But of course it could be pretty much anything, because of course he excels with having someone who has an AoE stun like that. It doesn't exactly have to be. It could be a Centaur. Support Centaur. Hell yeah, I want to see that. The Shadow Demon. Yeah, not exactly a huge counter versus Lifestealer Rubik, although if someone gets lifted, if someone gets their wounds opened, instant defensive disruption would mean that the Lifestealer is going to be forced to switch targets, and then he may or may not be able to catch up to them because Razor is pretty quick, Weaver is, as you know, pretty quick. It's actually probably going to put Shadow Demon at more danger than the target in the disruption. So it's a pretty defensive pick from the Shamu side. So far their entire team actually is rather defensive. And they could find situations to go aggressive, but right now their entire team is built on answers. Like, how do we deal with this Lifestealer? Well, we drain his damage. How do we deal with someone getting lifted or getting engaged upon by a bounty hunter? Well, we disrupt them, and then we back them up with just right clicks. So it's a team full of answers, which is kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing, which means that they're going to be playing KK's game, which is not what they want to do. If they go super aggressive with this lineup, and it could happen, their aggressive side of this lineup isn't too bad, then they could make KK pay. And it's going to be a Nyx Assassin. So Shadow Demon, Nyx Assassin, a solid support lineup actually. That is a recipe for high mobile ganking. Just going to walk around lane to lane, disruption, impale, and then disruption, impale, especially if you have a Razor or something. I believe Shadow Demon's disruption does not interrupt the static link in any way. So you could link them, you could disrupt them, then by the time they pop out, they're going to have like negative 1,000,000 damage. You hit them a couple times and they're dead. Visage is going to be the support pickup. Another support hero that could do a lot by himself. So both teams' support casts have now been finalized. I expect to see another mid lane ban out from the Shamu side, and most likely from the KK side. It's going to be a maybe like a Nature's Prophet kind of thing. Nature's Prophet would actually work pretty well with Shamu's lineup. Get a Weaver, Shadow Demon, Nyx Assassin lane, Nature's Prophet doing the off lane / jungling thing. I think it'll be pretty effective, but then again, I am no captain. I don't draft this stuff. Looks like TA is actually going to be the ban out that Shamu wants to take care of. Another Blink Dagger acquiring mid lane hero. I don't think it'll give Razor that much trouble to deal with the TA, assuming Razor, of course, does go to that mid lane. And there you go, Nature's Prophet. I am the captain, guys. I am the captain. You can call me that from now on. I give you permission. But Nature's Prophet is going to be the ban out for exactly the reason, as I said before. It would make their lanes just so perfect. But now Shamu, they have a decision, and they have 23 seconds to make it. Who's going to be their off lane / carry? Where do they want this Weaver, I guess is the real question. because Weaver versus Rubik Visage Lifestealer, you have a couple Sentry Wards, there is a Telekinesis, and then a couple of hits, and then Soul Assumption. It looks like it's going to be a Clockwork, so Clockwork is going to be hard pressed to survive in this lane. Looks like he might receive a good amount of support from the D2 Sheriff as well as Urgen in this mid lane. Looks like it's just creep blocking help. Sure, 3 people creep blocking is better than 1, I suppose. Let's see how it fares. Well, there's actually no creep block on the other end because we have Bren on the run. Is there any true sight? Yes, there is. There's the disruption. Where's the Impale? Sentry gets dropped. Impale is going to land. Static Link is there, and Bren is going to bite the dust early. Ace drawing first blood as the carry Weaver. Disastrous. Bren getting a little bit too over-aggressive right there. Just trying to slow down this wave. This is going to mean that there's a little bit of experience going the way is going to be going to fed into the tower, but Ace got the kill. He doesn't really care. Greg in a little bit of trouble now. Dragon Tail can open up. Urgen does have Soul Assumption. The damage timer isn't really charging up though. Old Greg on the run doesn't matter because DK receiving the support from the supports from the supports is going to get a kill very early on versus this Razor. However, looks like Razor and his team wants to return in kind. Shadow Demon as well as the Assassin waiting in the wings for Old Greg to start off with a Static Link. But Braun, oh, here it goes. Static Link is going to fly. Braun having all of his damage taken out from him. There's the disruption, and the damage you can see is still being stolen. He's going to get a stun onto Link, so there's no follow-up stun, but Braun with the right clicks. Oh, there is a stun from Link. Long range. Braun is in the jungle. One more whip from the Razor. He might go down to this tower. He will try to salve up. He will not make it. Here comes the D2 Sheriff. Going to try to go against Link. Man fight, mano on mano. I don't know who's going to win this fight. Probably Nyx. Well, Sheriff has mana. Gonna drop Link up to the high ground. He does have support coming in the form of Visage, but it's a little bit too little, a little bit too late. And in the end, it is a 1-for-1 trade. However, Razor getting killed by the Radiant is going to mean that the experience, I believe the experience went to no one. The experience might have been claimed by Rubik there. But yeah, they dove deep for that. Dragon Knight with his tankiness, trying to survive. But they don't really have to dive deep for that. They wanted the kill, of course, because they invested a lot of mana into that. But the fact of the matter is they don't have to. They could have just left Braun with a bloody nose. That would have forced him to either sit there and tango and not get any experience, or go back to the base. And either way, it's a lot of wasted time for Braun. Let's take a look at these side lanes real quickly. It's going to be Hirsch going toe-to-toe versus the Lifestealer. He's going to fall behind in CS. That's pretty much inevitable, but if Lifestealer gets a little bit too close, that's going to happen. Have all of his mana burned out. Lifestealer is not exactly the hero with the highest mana pool in the game. And, well, that's not what you want to do. Tanking the tower is very dangerous. This Lifestealer might be in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to turn and fight Hirsch? He can't really afford to do so. Battery Assault doing a ton of damage. The Cog's going to catch him as well, and Hirsch finds a solo kill on this Lifestealer. D2 Sheriff trying to make his way in. Hirsch is in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't have enough money to buy a TP scroll, but it looks like he's going to walk his way out. D2 Sheriff is going to try... Well, where are you going? Where are you going, Clockwork? He's going to give him the... Yeah, he's going to fake him out, circle around, and he's going to be home free. 2 tower shots. Definitely not what you want to eat if you are a Lifestealer. You'd rather go for enemy heroes. Old Greg gonna take a Dragon Tail from Braun, but there goes the damage deal. Actually going for a point in Unstable Current. It kind of makes sense. There's so many single target spells on the other end. Of course, it's going to slow down Static Link a little bit more, having gone for Plasma Field and Unstable Current. Usually you see 2 points in Link, 1 point in something else at this point. Not 1-1-1. But, whatever. We'll see how that works out for them. Bren has so far left the top lane. Not getting too much. They're going to dive Old Greg. That's incredibly risky. He does have a Static Link. He's going to start draining damage from Braun, who's tanking the tower. 8 health, and Old Greg's going to survive. Braun is on the run. His damage is going to all go towards this Razor. Another tower shot. One more right click. But the Dragon Knight has boots, and the Razor does not. Razor spending all his money on... Oh, the Plasma Field from long range, just on the tip, is going to kill the Dragon Knight. Look at that. In the meantime, bottom lane Lifestealer picking up a kill with the help of Rubik, I'm assuming. Yeah, 2 assists. Yeah, I'm going to say that was Lifestealer getting kills with help, because that is the realistic thing to say. But Old Greg surviving that gank, and I guess you could say it was part of the Unstable Current that helped, but hell, if he had another point in Static Link, Braun would have been dead a lot faster. This is turning out to be a vastly different game from the previous, as there is yet another smoke gank. Hockey Hippo and Link want blood on this top lane. Do they have any wards? They should. They'd have to. There's the sentries, and they're going to go for Bren right away. There's Shikuchi. It is going to hit right into a Soul Catcher and a Disruption. Impale's going to follow through, and Bren is going to go down. Hippo is going to take a couple tower shots, but it's no big deal because they can transition this very easily into a tier 1 tower top lane push. Link Eating a couple tower shots, lose the aggro. There you go. Top lane should be going down relatively shortly. They do have 3 range creeps and a siege creep, although their heroes aren't exactly pushing heroes. This tower probably going to survive? No, it's going to go down. Let's see who's going to get it. Come on, Ace. This is your test. Can you outlast hit these things? Fortification going to slow them down, but they're going to tank this tower. They don't care. They're fearless. As another wave is going to come in. Ace is going to bag the tower, so that's a lot of gold for the Weaver. 1,300 gold. This could be a very, very fast Radiance rush if the Weaver decides to go for that build. We will see, however, as the Dire team, much like last game, the Dire team leading in gold. Experience, not so much. Actually, experience is being led by the Radiant team. The pulls looks like they're being a lot more successful from the Radiant team, going to give them more experience overall. However, the way that the Dire team are using their support heroes, it's very hard to classify that as bad usage. Getting kills on the Dragon Knight, getting kills on the Bounty Hunter, that just means that the experience is being slowed down by on the other end. And it's just a matter of allocating that experience, because of course Lifestealer is level 6. What level is this Clockwork? He's level 5. They have Bounty Hunters level 5 as well. The pressuring from the Radiant side definitely a little bit more effective than the pressuring from the Dire side as far as keeping the offlane heroes off the lane. Surprisingly, Dragon Knight is doing a lot better versus this Razor than I thought. But this might change in just a little bit, unless illusions confuse them, which they do. Dragon Knight used illusions. It's super effective. Clockwork might be in a little trouble. There was a ping, but there's the instant help from Hockey Hippo. Open wounds into instant disruption. Shadow Poison going to fly out, and the Lifestealer forced to infest. He's going to get out of there, Lifestealer, and Hirsch is going to get nuked down by a level 2 Soul Assumption. Clockwork now. Oh, Hockey Hippo getting a little bit too close. This is going to be a second kill. Free delivery. Lifestealer with Phase Boost is going to chase this one down. Hockey Hippo getting way too close to that creep wave. Just getting lifted up by the Rubik. I guess he assumed that the Levitate was already used. But in the meantime, Ace getting a solo kill on the Bounty Hunter. Okay. That is not a good trade for the Dire, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. I'm sorry, I apologize. Oh god. This Razor is going for the wonkiest build I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a balanced build like that in Razor, just because it's, in my opinion, not effective. You want to get static links so you can drain their damage as much as you can, or plasma field so you can nuke them, but going for the balanced build, I don't know. I mean that Razor's lane dominance isn't as much as it should be. Braun now going to get initiated by Ace. The Lightning Storm from Greg not really helping too much as Braun pops his Dragon form. This is not a fight that he could win, however. Ace is on his tail with the Shikuchi, with the right clicks. He does have a bug on him, but will it be enough? I don't think it will unless Ace goes really deep. Yes, it will be enough. Shikuchi is going to do it. No, the jukes from Braun. He needs one more hit, right click. After this, the Shikuchi is going to chase him down. Right click, Ace, do it. One more is all you need, Shikuchi, and this should be it. Braun is going to drop. Time lapse is going to give Weaver a little bit more HP. Teleportation canceled on the mid lane. Ace is going to find himself a dominating streak. Ultimate Orb into the Lincoln Sphere. That's going to be the name of the game, and yeah, Ace calling out the fact that Dragon's Blood is a pretty good skill, giving the Dragon Knight a lot of longevity in that lane. But Ace actually going around ganking as a Weaver. Collecting more heads around the map is now 4-0. However, bottom lane looks like there's an incoming bloodbath as for the... Oh, well, it's actually a 3v3. This is going to be interesting. It depends on how many creeps are there when they fight, because then Hirsch is going to have a more effective or less effective battery assault. However, here comes Bounty Hunter. He does have track. There is right now no invisibility detection, but it looks like everyone from Shamu, they know what's up. Or at least they know something's up, so they're going to back out right now. Weaver's going to get an incredibly fast Lincoln Sphere, going to help him pretty much against everyone. There's a lot of stuff that could pop the Lincoln Sphere, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that you would want to have blocked by that sphere. Having a Weaver being tracked up is not fun. Having a Weaver taking a Dragon Tail to the face, a little bit less fun. Bren now, in the middle lane, wants to go for a kill on this Razor. It's going to be very difficult with 3 points and unstable current, but there's the dive in. Braun is unfortunately going to approach very, very slowly. Greg getting body blocked just a little bit. Where's the static link? Level 1 Breathe Fire, not going to do enough. Hockey Hippo is going to get the disruption, and Hirsch is here with the battery assault as well as the cogs. Impale's going to follow through, and this is going to be a dead Dragon Knight. Armor is not going to save you this time. He's going to drop Clockwork, taking a good amount of damage from the Soul Assumption and Retaliation. But the gankers have turned into the gankies, as Razor with level 3 and that unstable current really saving him from a couple of right clicks. I don't know if, well, yeah, if he didn't have any unstable current, I'm pretty sure he would have survived anyway. But yeah, Dragon Knight going for maxing out his Dragon Blood for the survivability is all well and good, but having a level 1 Breathe Fire, level 1 Dragon Tail means that his mid lane is not going to be the greatest. This is why 9 times out of 10 you see Breathe Fire as the skill. You see Breathe Fire maxed out first, because if someone ganks, you could actually contribute something as opposed to just sitting there tanking some damage. So DK going for an incredibly defensive build, but I guess the score speaks for itself. 1-4, having the Razor escape, I believe, twice with like, 10% HP or less. If there was Dragon Fire on the other end in the form of Breathe Fire, then that Razor would have been dead for sure. Hook shot, gonna completely whiff. Although it looked like Dragon Knight was gonna fall back, so I guess fair enough. But the aggression from the Dire team, they're really pouring it on this game. Last game they were a little bit more complacent. They wanted to get a lot more time for the Medusa to farm. This time it's going to be completely different. Braun going to take a stun. He's going to get all the damage drained out from him. He's going to Dragon Tail Link under the tower, but the tower is not focusing that hero. Here comes Yellow. Going to get slow onto Link. The storm is going to happen from Razor. Going to do a little bit of damage to Lifestealer. Going to get a one-man stun onto Braun. Harris is going to come in, but walking right by. Where's the Cogs? He's going to get lifted up. He does still have the Cogs available to him. Will probably be forced to drop it. Although the disruption from Hockey Hippo probably going to hurt him more than it's going to help him. He's going to drop the Cogs now, finally. Hirsch can take his soul assumption on his way out. It looks like that is going to be it. A little bit of aggression from both sides, but in the end, no one is actually going to drop there. So Razor trying to static Link from a little bit far away. I think it was broken, like, instantly. If Hockey Hippo disrupted right after, and the static Link from Old Greg actually stuck, that would have been a dead DK, I want to say. But having only level 2 static Link with so much unstable current, it's really hard to determine whether or not it would have gone that way. In the meantime, top lane, both heroes just free farming, just doing their own thing, because they don't need to fight. These guys are peace-loving guys, except for the Weaver, who of course has 4 kills, and Bren, who has 3 deaths. These two teams actually pretty evenly matched. For an amateur tournament, you usually expect to have teams that are widely going one way or widely going another. Oh, unstable current is not going to help you, Old Greg, with the 4 points. Gonna secure the invisibility rune. There you go. If he didn't have all that unstable concurrent, that would have been Razor probably denying that rune. But Razor did it anyway. Pretty all these teams going for super defensive builds. Go figure that. Oh, damn it, it's raining outside. I hate rain. Anyway, Hirsch might be in a little bit of trouble. Lifestealer moving in once again. He's well on his way to his armlet. But Weaver pretty much already has his Lincoln Sphere. Oh, not really. He needs 1,000 gold. I guess that's nowhere close to a Lincoln Sphere. But he's still on the top lane, free farming. He doesn't have a care in the world, because without the Weaver, his team's doing pretty well. Braun, gotta be careful with that. Oh, they're fighting over this creep. Here we go. Who's gonna get it? No one's gonna get it. Okay. Looks like the aggression has kind of died down for now. Nick Assassin, though, still level 4. That's pretty much the exact same thing that happened last game. Shadow Demon is level 6, and you really want this Nick Assassin to get that level 6. Being able to surprise someone with a stun versus just, have disruption be your primary initiation tool, the difference is going to be like night and day. But Nick Assassin is so far not really getting much experience at all. He's going to share a wolf experience, but that's not really going to help him that much. But fortunately enough, they have Razor, they have Weaver. Both of them are farming pretty decently. So they don't really need to pour on the aggression right now. They could try to draw this out into late. Razor Weaver versus Lifestealer Dragon Knight. I don't know who exactly has the edge there. Braun can get a lot of damage stolen out from him. Is there a disruption? There is not. Shadow Demon is a little bit too far away. And Old Greg is unfortunately going to have to let that one go. But that's going to mean that the Dragon Knight literally has no damage to last hit with. And Razor has all the damage in the world. So that's how you continue the lane dominance. Oh, D2 Sheriff gonna get caught with the hookshot. He's gonna throw Hirsch down to the low ground. Gonna buy himself a little bit of time, but I do think with a Shadow Poison, especially with a static field from the low ground, that's gonna be the death of the Rubik. Braun gonna try to get in on there with the Clockwork. It's not gonna be enough. Here come the Familiars, doing a little bit of damage to the Hungry Hippo, to the Hockey Hippo. I keep on thinking Hungry Hippo, Braun gonna get stunned by Link in the backside. Static Link once again is gonna break. Another plasma field gonna fly out. There's no hook shot. There's no disruption. That means that they cannot kill this Dragon Knight. But doesn't matter. Got kill on the Rubik. Clockwork attaching with, I believe, the second hook he threw this game. And in the meantime, we have Ace and Bren just free farming it up. That's going to be the Lincoln Sphere from Weaver, 100% completed. Just has to be flown out. But the the Pro, of course, always has other things to do. I think those other things might involve smoke. They're going to go for a smoke? No, they're not. Nyx Assassin just wants to leech experience. They really need an open lane for this Nyx to get to the level 6 mark. I believe bot lane is where he should be instead of the Clockwork. But they're going to go for it anyway. There's the Link and there's the slowdown, but it's a little bit too late. The telekinesis is there from the D2 Sheriff. The stun on the way down is going to catch 3. Old Greg on his way out is going to get blown up by the Lifesteal with the armlet now available. Hockey Hippo on the run. Does have a disruption. He's going to use it on himself. The Lifesteal is going to turn around. Wants his kill. The Infest is going to do it. He's going to get stunned though. Ace trying to do as much damage as he can. He doesn't have the Lincoln Sphere just yet, although it won't really help him one way or another. Hirsch going to come right back into this fight. Are they going to take this 3v5? That's going to take balls of steel, especially against this Lifestealer. They're going to fall back, which is, I believe, what they should be doing right now. Yeah, Radiant team taking a couple of kills here and there, really using the power of that Lifestealer, who's been performing pretty well this game. 4-1-1, keeping up with the Weaver in a big way. Weaver, though, going for a very defensive build. I don't know if Weaver will be able to chip down this Lifestealer enough, especially if he uses his armlet really well, which of course we haven't seen yet because he hasn't really had it for that long, but we'll see if he could use it really well. The ganks from the Dire, though, seem to be a little bit off. I mean, just a couple of seconds off with their timing or something. The movement speed differential between the Razor as well as the Shadow Demon make it very difficult for a very easy, fluent walk-in and Linkum gank to really occur. But as the Static Link gets up in levels, they will try again. Here comes the hook shot. Clockwork's going to go straight in for the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Tail lands, though, before the Cogs do. Hirsch going to take even more damage from the Familiars. Wow, look at his HP just disappear. The Visage Familiars are going to almost kill him off. He's going to salve up and be just fine, however. Everyone gets to live on this middle lane. And Nyx Assassin just jungling a little bit, wants to get his level 6, should hit it relatively shortly. But in the meantime, Hirsch as well as Old Greg holding down the mid lane. Braun, though, being absolutely fearless, going to get a lot of damage stolen up from him. There's the Demonic Purge. This is going to be a dead DK. I don't think this time he can survive it, although here comes Urka and Braun going to try to turn around with the Dragon Tail. Another Soul Summon going onto Old Greg. There's the mech being popped off, though, from Hockey Hippo. No, from the Razor himself, actually. Plus 168 damage. That's going to be enough. He's going to try to go. D2 Sheriff going to try to bag a kill, but it's not going to happen. Hirsch, does he have anything? No, he has Cogs to try to push everyone back. He's going to get a Bounty Hunter unknowns to him. But the Razor does walk out of there with his life. Sentry Ward gets dropped down. They see Bren. Are they going to go for him? It's a trap because there's two of them. Kirsch gets blown up in an instant, and now they're going to go for Hockey Hippo. Was there a track? I don't believe there was, but Hockey Hippo is not long for life. Going to try a TP. Good luck with that one. He's going to, not make it. And the Lifestealer finds himself a kill, splitting the kills even. The Dire team certainly taken by surprise with the fact that there were two heroes in that Bounty Hunter, and not just one. Going to cost them two of their supporty heroes their lives as Nyx Assassin. If he was there, probably would have helped in a pretty big way, but hell, Nyx Assassin still needs his level 6, is way behind on that EXP per minute chart. Even the Visage level 7, Rubik level 7, with the Nyx Assassin being only level 5. He will receive it soon enough, though. A couple more impales in this camp and it'll do it. So far this game actually pretty even. The gold advantage is turning back the way towards the Dire despite the track kills that are happening. EXP, though, still firmly in favor of the Radiant. Nyx Assassin, you're slowing the EXP graph down, man. You gotta go. Hookshot in. They're going to catch Braun this time. He's going to try to bust his way out, but it's not going to happen. The damage being stolen means that he cannot fight back effectively. The Cogs, though, wearing off awfully quickly, and the level 4 Dragon Blood making it very, very difficult for the Dire team to actually crack through that Dragon. He is going to walk out of there alive, having some support from the D2 Sheriff that isn't exactly hurting his case either. This Dragon Knight, I mean, he does have 5 deaths, but he's still very, very difficult to kill. Level 4 Dragon Blood is bad enough. Combine that with the Helm of Iron Will, which I'm pretty sure he's going to go for an armlet transition. It's going to give them a lot of possible survivability between armlets on the Lifestealer as well as the DK. And Lifestealer with the Yasha gonna go for, wow, what the hell? Saving some gold where we ran. Drum as well as Vlad's can help the Lifestealer quite a bit in his chasing. Lifestealer though going to go for a race car build. Already has the armlet completed. Probably going to turn this Yasha into a Sanjin Yasha in just a little bit. And then at that point you can't leave once he finds you. Oh, speaking of you can't leave, Hirsch is as good as dead. There you go. Kaboom. Visage somehow without casting anything is going to find that last hit. Not too sure how that happened, but there was no track on that kill, unfortunately. They killed him way too quickly. But a kill's a kill, track kill or not, and that's going to translate into a tier 2 tower. Though Ace on the bottom, on the top side, is going to be trying to take a tier 2 tower of his own. Looks like the tower is actually going to survive for just a little bit as Ace can throw some bugs onto the Sheriff. He can kill the Sheriff. I don't think he killed the Deputy, though, although he's going to try to. He gets his Lincoln Sphere popped by his Spell Steal. Not really going to help too much, although D2 Sheriff does barely make it out of there by the skin of his teeth. Ace is going to continue to apply pressure on this lane, but it's not him who we have to worry about. It's pretty much got to be this Razor again. The star of the show, always the camera on Razor, as there is a gank waiting in the wings. Old Greg, pretty tanky. Oh, now there you go. The gig is up. Track has been tossed, and teleportation going to come right in the form of a Weaver. There's still Dragon Blood though, so it could be a little bit dangerous. A Dragon Tail rather, so it could be dangerous for the Weaver to go in on this, but it looks like he will. Drive off the Familiars. Ooh, get both of them actually. Nope, just get one hook shot in, and Urkend is as good as dead. This guy is not as tanky as the Dragon. He's going to try to kill Ace, but the Lincoln Sphere is going to save him from that Soul Assumption. Gonna give Ace a mega kill streak. Oh, there we go. Fight continues. Hockey Hippo gonna get stunned up. Gonna drop everything he has onto Braun. Self-destruct as well. Braun gonna get slowed down. Gonna get pulled into the cogs. That was the most BS long-range cogs I've ever seen in my life. Braun, though, is gonna pay the price of that. Where's the Lifestealer? He really needs to be in this fight. He's on the top lane trying to take down that tower, but in the meantime, his team is on the run. Where are the bugs? There they are. Gonna fly out, hit the D2 Sheriff, and this Sheriff is not long for life either. He does have his Fade Bolt, but that's not gonna be it. The Plasma Field from long range gonna secure the kill on the Rubik, and now Bren, hiding in the tower range. Gonna throw out a shuriken here and there. Hirsch has gotta move back from that one, but it's gonna be a tower for tower in the end. Tower for tower plus 3 kills, I believe. Yeah, 3 kills with the Visage in total. That is going to be vastly in favor of the Dire team. Of course, Ace now in a little bit of trouble. He's going to time lapse out, and he should be fine. Sentry Ward does get dropped. Lifestealer in the meantime finding a solo kill on the Snake's Assassin, who tried to get this tower killed. He did bring it down, but at the cost of his own life as well as the denial. Ace, gotta be careful, man. You don't have a Lincoln Sphere. There it goes, actually blocking the track, I believe. Yes, it did. Old Greg gonna try to steal some damage, unfortunately not being very effective. I think now at this point they should know that there's a Sentry Ward in that mid lane. But still, this Lifestealer is kind of the X factor for this game. He's been participating in fights, and when he has, they've been going vastly in the favor of the Radiant. However, when he's away, the fights have been going vastly in favor of the Dire. So we'll see when the fights go, full on 5 versus 5. But at that point, Weaver will have the Desolator, and he does have it right now. So a lot of bonus damage going to be going the way of the Weaver. Going to cut through that Lifestealer as best as he can, but again, Lifestealer has a lot of armor, has a lot of effective HP from his armlet as well. I don't know if this Weaver has enough to kill off this Lifestealer, and definitely his allies aren't tanky enough to withstand this Lifestealer for very long. Clockwork now does have a Force Staff. They do have the Disruption as well. So we will just have to wait and see. Looks like the Radiant, they want to get in on this. They see Ace, they're going to steal Shikuchi. It's an incredibly useful skill to steal, especially with the Lifestealer on your team. Shikuchi bombs are the best bombs. Smoke? The Dire team thinking about it. And, well, Hockey Hippo got kind of left out to dry. He does have a Force Staff though, so he should keep himself safe. He can even initiate on this DK, who's gone for Helm's Dominator. Ace gonna run into 2 heroes. This is not where you want to be as the Weaver rather. He's gonna get out of there. The Lincoln Sphere doing work, And in the meantime, old Greg gonna get caught out. They're completely surrounded. Hirsch gonna take a Dragon Tail straight to the base. This Clockwork is going to drop. He's gonna actually force that to the low ground, and he is gonna survive with 30 HP. Old Greg gonna sit in the middle of everything. The Nick Assassin is gonna get blown up immediately. Ace, not taking enough to fight the Dragon Knight 1v1, is gonna drop to an Infest again. Here comes the Lifestealer. No, Ace actually survived. He time-lapsed out. It's gonna be the Razor who dropped down from that one. Weaver on the way out has open wounds. Gonna take a Shuriken straight to the back. He's gonna go down as well. Hockey Hippo gonna throw out a couple of stacks of Shadow Poison, but it's not gonna work at all. This Lifestealer a little bit too stacked at 606 gold per minute with the track on the Hockey Hippo. They want this kill. They're going to get it as well. Open wounds from long range. Hockey Hippo getting get bashed before he could even disrupt himself. And that is going to be 4 men. Was it 5 men dead? No, Clockwork got out of there just barely, I believe. But that is definitely going to be a tower. There's no way that they could hold this tower. Lifestealer's going to go to town right away. And this tower is going to go bye-bye. So there's one tower down. And Lifestealer, the Bounty Hunter, finding some farm in his bottom lanes. Team fights definitely not going in the favor of the Dire, at least not in the way they expected. Hookshot, I don't even believe was used. Yeah, Hirsch got caught out in that one, which, I mean, at least he didn't die. But yeah, it still wasn't optimal. It was far from optimal. The Dire team really have to be reliant on getting these ganks off with the Clockwork, with the Vendetta now that's on Nick's Assassin. And Nick's Assassin actually doesn't have any mana burn at all. That is a little bit interesting. Usually you do see that. At least 1 point. But I feel like if they just take full 5-on-5 engagements, the tanky nature of the Radiant's front line is going to mean that if they're clustered and they're taking engagement, then they're not going to win. Like, at all. Ever. However, if there is a long-drawn skirmish, in the sense that, you know, you have a couple people fighting and then a couple people fighting and lots of retreating and stuff like that, then it might actually work. They're gonna the Dire are gonna try to go for Roshan. This is not gonna be the safest Roshan in the world because there is a Bounty Hunter at the other end. They do have Sentry Ward coverage, however. The tankiness of their heroes is not as much as they really would like it. The Familiar is gonna fly in, and everyone's got to abandon the ship because Bren is here with the Lifestealer inside. Whoever is unfortunate enough to get hit by that is gonna have a very poor time. Ace is gonna find 1 kill on the Familiar. And now the tracks are gonna fly. This Familiar is going to die unless he has a resummon. He does have a resummon. Look at that. Nope, someone got caught out. Was that a hook shot? Did Hirsch use his hook shot? He did, but it was a trap the entire time. The Static Link going to drain a lot of damage out from this Lifestealer, but he still has a lot more where that came from. Ace can try to chase down the Sheriff. He's going to time-lapse his way out. He's going to survive, but in the meantime, Bounty Hunter has gone down. Familiars dropping 1 by 1. This fight isn't over yet. It's 1 down for the Dire, 2 down for the Radiant, but the Lifestealer is the important one who's still alive. Hockey Hippo with 100 HP, just barely getting out of there. Braun getting worked down by the Weaver is going to go down as well, but the Basher, here is where it does work. Ace going to try to make his way out. He's going to survive with the miss on the high ground from Urken. That is just horrible to see. Old Greg going to try to go for Urken. In the meantime, he's going to bring him down as well. The Lifestealer is back to fight, but there's no more Static Link on Old Greg. Ace going to try to make his way out. The Sentry Ward is not going to help the Radiant at all. That was the wrong person's Sentry Ward, I thought. But the Lifestealer is not going to be able to find that kill, and in the end, the Radiant do not take that fight as well as I think they really could have. Lifestealer getting kited, even though he has the Basher, even though he has the Sannyasha, the kiting power of Ace just so much more powerful, and doing the damage, finding the assassinations here and there, even with, I would say, a botched initiation from Hirsch, everything worked out okay. I guess if everything worked out okay, it couldn't really be considered a botched initiation. He did get 2 in the cogs, and it did by a large barrier with which Ace can just kind of play around. So this Weaver, a lot is riding on him, but this Lifestealer, man, this guy is so freaking deadly. Whoever he gets his hands on, they're pretty much going to die. And if Razor uses his Static Link on anyone but that Lifestealer, then that Lifestealer is just going to go to town all day long. It's going to be so easy for him to just find targets and kill them. With 300 damage a pop, it doesn't matter if you have a level 4. Oh, here we go. Burn. Who's it going to be? Make sure to get the track. Yep, got the track. Gold. So easy. So easy. But this game ain't over yet. Gold advantage, experience advantage in the favor of the Radiant, although it's starting to bend down towards the Dire. Oh, that's not going to help. Ace is going to see as everyone moves into the Roshan pit. Can he do anything about this? He can send in the bugs. But against Dragon Tail, against Telekinesis, oh, that's not where you want to send the bugs. There's really not much they can do. This Roshan is going to be taken by the Radiant. They have much tankier heroes. They could actually afford to tank this Roshan. And Lifestealer now with a double life. Man, this guy and his carries. Last game was the Alchemist. This game is the Lifestealer. Really putting it to the Radiant side. And now they're going to go straight for the tier 2 tower push. Ace is on the bottom lane, does have a teleportation scroll available. Can he outpush his Lifestealer and DK? He might be able to with his team trying to slow them down, although Lifestealer seems to be pretty fearless. He has the Aegis, he wants to use it as well. And there goes the acid attack from the Dragon Knight, so this fortification will be popped bottom lane. Taking a good amount of damage. Fortification, though, is available for the Radiant as well. It looks like KK is not going to really get too much going on. Not going to lose too much, rather. Although they decide not to do it. Okay. Because they're fearless. They're going to go straight in. Old Greg going to get stunned, going to get 4 staffed as well as disrupted. That's going to save his life, at least for the moment. He still has Lifestealer right on his ass. Going to get 4 staffed again, but he turned around. Greg is going to go down, and now Hockey Hippo is going to go down as well. Hirsch on the run, as well as the next assassin. Where is this Weaver? He's in the middle of everything, but it's a little bit too late. His team is already dead. And try to go for that Lifestealer. Time lapse is going to save him for just a little bit more, but the Dragon Tail is there. Beyond Godlike Streak for the Lifestealer, and Weaver does buy back, but there's really not much that this Weaver can do against this onslaught of heroes. He can try to pick off a hero. They're actually pretty weak. He's going to take the Aegis, which is great, but what then? He can try to go for Burn, he can try to go for the Sheriff. He's got 1, he's got 2, but that's it. Buyback and Weaver is down. These Raxes are going to go down. As Lifestealer leading the way with his damage initiation on Razor. Focus the Razor down. Doesn't matter how much damage he takes from you, because you're going to be dead. And Razor knows what it's like to be dead, because he's dead. Next assassin with the greed. Is he going to go for this one? The Familiars turn around. No surprise there, but Hirsch is going to hookshot in. Going to catch his hookshot onto Dragon Knight. Here comes Hockey Hippo as well. Urken, as he's trying to retreat. The Raxes are down, but the game ain't over. Disruption is going to save the Nyx Assassin for just a little bit more. Are they going to be able to pick him off? Well, here comes the Lifestealer. Going to one-shot the Nyx Assassin. Now Hockey Hippo, you best run, sir. Oh my god, the damage. Old Greg is going to turn himself around and then just peace on out of there. He's not going to have any part of that. This Lifestealer is hitting like an absolute truck. And, of course, he's going to have a double stack of Ancients to clear as well. I don't know if the Radiant have enough gas in them. After losing that set of Raxes, they need to kill this Lifestealer and actually get a good push off of that. That's going to be very difficult, however, because this Lifestealer does have buyback. Buyback and then some. He's incredibly stacked. He's incredibly tanky. And his entire team is capable of saving him. Telekinesis, the track movement speed, all that stuff is going to be very useful for this Lifestealer. And here we go. This is like the 4th time, 5th time, something like that. Take 7, let's say. Bren on the hunt, and I think he's going to run into a Clockwork. This is the kill cam. Here we have a bounty hunter with the Lifestealer inside of him. They have a symbiotic relationship, and they want food. And they're going to find it as well. There you go. Goodbye, Clockwork. It was nice knowing you. There's not much you can do about that, except for having Observer Sentry coverage in all parts of the map. Now the top lane has been called as the push. And I don't think the tower's going to last very long. Call me biased, but this Lifestealer is going to wreck that tower. I'm sorry, tower. I want to believe in you. I really do. But I just can't. What can the Dire do to actually recover from the situation? They just need to take a good team fight. They need to get a pick off. That's what they really need to do. And it needs to be someone like the Bounty Hunter, someone like the DK. I guess ideally it would be the Lifestealer, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon because they have an entire team of Angry Heroes, -1 I suppose, barreling down on them. Their initiation has to happen soon or else the game's going to be over. Plasma Field going to fly, hookshot in, going to catch 2 in the cogs. This could be their fight as Hirsch force staffs his way out. Old Greg stealing as much damage as he can, but he's getting demolished nonetheless. Not enough damage stolen as Lifestealer still does 190 per pop. Going to turn on his armlet, going to wait for Hockey Hippo to get out of there. He's going to chase him down with that track, with the Sanjin Yasha. That's going to be 2 down from the Lifestealer. The Bug is going to die as well to the Dragon Knight, as well as Brennan the Sheriff. And the good game, well played, gets called out. Hockey Hippo has had enough of this game. Well fought by both teams. The Dire team definitely putting up much more of a fight than last game, but it doesn't matter because this game is going to be over. So in the best of 2 series between KK and Team Shamu, it looks like we are going to have a 2-0 victory in favor of KK. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am probably going to stick around for a little bit more to cast a couple more games. I don't know who's going to be coming up, but we will see in just a little bit. Thanks for watching, guys. GG.